Yes, I'm Cadillac Dixon. I'm the Draw My Life prison wife. I'm the legally blind artist that is rapping and painting for justice, hoping to see justice before it all fades to black. Yes, it's your girl Cadillac. Anyways, not feeling too good tonight, so um, I am about to get to drawing Miss. Okay, on here, reality is, and on TikTok, To a Woman's Heart. So I told y'all I wanted to do the next project, Reach the World, on her. So she is live. So let's go ahead and check out her live because I can't do too much talking because I'm really not even feeling good today. Hopefully, I feel a little bit better tomorrow. Orange juice in the cup. So let's see if I can, God bless these hands. Hopefully, I can still draw. Okay, so let's go find her live first. That's what we're gonna do, and then I'm gonna set up my little drawing area. It's kind of dark in here. Wait, where's that light? Where's the light there? Did the light blow? I think that light blew. The light overhead. Why is that light gone? It's not that one. Not that one. Not that one. So yeah, that light is blown. So it's kind of dark in here. Dang it. Okay, I'll see. Ooh, I gotta get that air off. It's cold. See if I could find another like light source or something. But until then, let's go to her live. And we are going to start setting up to draw. I don't know what this new news is about T.I., but I just don't be into all that hoopla stuff. I used to love T.I. though. I got my artwork to T.I. too. Oh no, please. Let's see. It's not connecting to the Wi-Fi. Please. Let it connect. Let it connect. Okay, so it connected. So now let's go to TikTok. What is this? Let's see if she's live.
You feel like you hate him.
Come on. Where is?
One. If you feel like everyone hates you, your wants and your
She's
desires.
live.
When do you feel that's important? I'm gonna ask you again. What do you owe yourself, and are you ready to pay your
There she
debt to
goes.
yourself?
Yay.
Exactly. So I went to relative for Thanksgiving. They started gossiping about took away, took away. It took away your mental state. It puts you in a headspace.
Oh, how am I going to do
So
this?
let me
Because I
say
need a
this.
picture of
Took
her.
away your energy. Okay, listen to me, Cliff. People can only take what we allow them, we give them away, right? And I'm gonna tell you this, Cliff, and I hope this resonates deeply within you. When people talk about you, when people drag your name through
I
the
need
mud,
another
when people
phone.
want to make you feel some type of way, there is something within you that they see that you haven't saw in yourself. There is a light that is shining and it's peeking through. There is something that you possess that they truly want that they don't have, and you have it. So when people are talking about you, when people are trying to intentionally drain your energy, when people are intentionally trying to make you feel bad, has placed something inside of you that you
My
ain't found out what
sketchbook
it
all
is
messed
yet.
up.
Now, those around you can feel it and they can see it, but you haven't recognized that thing yet. So, guess what they do? To take your mind off of it, to keep you in the place of woe is me, to keep you in the place of they're going to snatch your
This
energy
is not
and get in
working.
your head and play around in there and make you feel some type of way. They don't want you to recognize the potential that God has placed in you, your skill, your gift. They don't want you to see that light because they know if you ever realize what God has rested inside of you, then they know they have no win. They know they have no hold. Then they'll know they have no power. So the next time, let me tell you, the next time, and all the time, you don't have to respond with a word. Just respond with a smile. You understand what I'm saying? Because most of the time when people do the things that they do, they're trying to get a rise out of you. And they like poking the bear. They like watching your demeanor change. They like seeing you being depleted like you squeezed the air out of a balloon. That's their purpose and that's their intention. But we have to put the poker face on and we have to sit there in strength and in power and courageous. Be courageous in our sitting and let them know, I don't care about you talking about me. Your words don't mean a hill of beans to me. Say what you want. Just don't put your hands on me. You understand what I'm saying? I can care less. I can care less. It doesn't mean nothing. And when you start responding in that way, I promise you, their attitude, their temperament is going to be totally different. Then, you know what you do? It's called reverse psychology. That's what it is. It puts them in a questionable state because where they used to get a rise out of you, where they used to make you feel some type of way, you don't have that feeling anymore because you really don't care. And I say this all the time, and I still mean what I say. If they're not paying your rent, your mortgage, your car note, your car
Okay,
insurance,
so
your
my
light bill,
sister, let
your
me borrow her
gas bill,
phone.
your cell phone
Let's
bill,
find a
buying
picture.
groceries, taking care of your medical bills, putting gas in your car. You know, if they're not doing none of that, then they don't deserve a position or a place in your mind or your heart to care. You know what I'm saying? Do the walk away. If things get too heavy, just excuse yourself and walk away. God is the only one who is going to judge you. Exactly. So, but a lot of people's intentions and purpose is to make you feel just as bad as they do. And we have to understand in this life, when people are miserable, they want company. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Miserable people want company. That's why you see on some of these social media outlets, you see people coming on here with the dumbest comments, right? They want company. They want company. They miserable, and their lives are not going anywhere. They don't have no business. They don't have nobody in their corner. They don't have nobody to talk to. They don't have none of that. So misery do love company. You know the saying goes, birds of a feather flock together. They do. The liars hang with the liars. The cheaters hang with the cheaters. The whoremongers hang with the whoremongers. They flock
Whoremongers.
together because they can't sit in
Find
the
a
middle
picture.
of people that don't have that type of light. You know what I'm saying? Darkness and light can't coincide together. It just can't. You in darkness and you come on light, the darkness go away. You in the light and cut off the light, then the darkness reappear.
That's
You
a
understand what I'm
nice
saying?
picture.
So we have the power not to give people the unnecessary power that they're looking for. You have to look at it like this. I tell people all the time, my air is precious. You know what I'm saying? I'm an asthmatic. So every breath in, every exhale, every inhale is precious to me.
So I can't
Now,
really
how I allow you
find a
to
picture of
raise my
her.
temperature, how I
I
allow
don't
you
think
to
I'll
raise
find
my
one on
voice,
TikTok.
that's
So
my
I'm just
control.
gonna
I don't have to give
pause
you
a
that permission
freeze
in
frame
my
or
life
something.
to do anything. No, I don't. I don't. I'm not giving you that position in my life. You don't deserve it. You don't want that space. And when people are not in your top 5, don't worry about it. Don't worry about what they say, what they do. Because it don't mean a hill of beans. You understand what I'm saying?
Trying to pause to get
People
a
say and
good
do things intentionally
look.
for a reason. And they want to see you depleted. They want to see you empty. They want to see you upset, but don't give them that power. If you got to leave and go outside and scream, you got to leave and go cry, then do what you got to do, but not in the presence of those individuals. Don't give them that power. You're welcome. They don't deserve it. And I keep telling people, family is the worst ones. They the worst ones, but you know why they do what they do? You know why families are so
Because they
successful
think you
and
obligated
being
to them.
impactful and making us feel a certain type of way because our heart is invested into them. We love our family members, and we
One
think
way love.
they love us back.
Yep.
But there's still levels of love even in families.
Yep.
Some people love you and your family, and some people dislike you, and some of them hate you. Let's be honest. They don't like you at all. It ain't got nothing to do with
And
you.
they
It's got something to
pretend
do
they
with what you
do
possess.
rather than just
Sometimes you was
be
able to
real.
buy a house and they weren't able to buy a house. Never let them see you sweat. Never. You was able to buy, or you got into a relationship and they want a relationship and they can't get into a relationship. There's so many reasons why families do what they do. You understand what I'm saying? But we can't change who we are as an individual to appease somebody in your family. We can't change who we are as an individual to appease somebody who's supposed to be your friend. But when they feel that way and they dog you out, then you got to question they're really not your friend at all. And the only reason, like I say, families do what they do because they have your heart. And those are the ones
You
that you
wouldn't let a
open up
stranger
to.
get away with
You
what you
open your
let
mind, you open
family
up
get
your
away
heart,
with.
and that's when it hurts the most. That's when it has the deepest effect because they are your family members. But sometimes, even family members, you have to have that shut-off valve, honey. Get you an inside shut-off valve, and when they start talking crazy at this left side and the right side of their mouth, shut them out. Ignore them. Don't give them the power that they don't deserve. Whatever the reason they dislike you is their reason. Ain't got nothing to do with you. Long as you like yourself, that's all that matters. You understand what I'm saying? That's all that matters. Learn to love you and not depend and lean on somebody else's opinion or how they feel about you. If we solidify ourselves and who we are as individuals, and we will learn
I
to love
can't find no
ourselves, and we learn
pictures.
how to appreciate ourselves and know our worth and our value, then what they say and do won't even matter, baby. Let me tell you. It won't matter. It carries no weight whatsoever. We can't give people that much power. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve it at all. Thank you for the share. They don't deserve it. So let us stop giving away unnecessary power to people who don't deserve it. Families, friends, people you're dating, even people you're married to. You don't have to give unnecessary power. Sometimes you need to just sit in silence. And let me tell you, silence can speak more volume than when you say words. I promise you. People start wondering, they start questioning where your mind at. Well, then they start wondering why you don't react like you used to act. And the other time you blow up, you cuss them out, you do this, you do that. But try responding in the opposite way and see how that works. And people do it because they want to test you. You know what I'm saying? People like to test you all the time.
How far they can
They like to
go.
test you. Even family members like to test you. They like to test to see how far they can go with you. They like to test to see how much money they can borrow from you and never pay it back. They like to test your temperament, your patience, your understanding.
They
They like
can't
to
never
test
help
all that
you.
stuff. And then when you cuss them out one good time, then they know not to test anymore. Then they back up, put their love self in
That's
reverse.
crazy.
They go to their respective corners and they stay there. But all the time you don't have to respond. And sometimes you don't have to curse them out. Sometimes you can tell them nicely to back up. I'm not dealing with that. You don't like me, you don't like me. I don't care. I've never done nothing to you, but I don't have to explain myself to you. And you're not going to make me feel some type of way. So since you don't like me, when you see me coming, you go that way and I'll go that way. I refuse to be around people that take me out of character, especially I'm just saying, me neither. I won't do it neither. Let me tell you, I have the gift of the walk away. I have the gift of disconnection. And I ain't saying I had it all the time. Because let me tell you, back in the day when I was in my 20s, what my family used to do would affect me a lot. It would make me cry. But you know, when you go through
Okay,
life
that's one
and you
option.
experience some things and you endure some things,
And let
you
me
don't have to
see.
worry and
Can
you
I
don't have to
find
be
one
bothered.
more?
You can
Just in
disconnect
case.
them like you disconnect friends. finger on lock, honey, and start blocking some people. If they're not bringing you nothing positive in your life, if they're not adding value to your life, then they don't need to be in there. You don't need to continue to let somebody overdraft your life account all the time. You have control who you allow to have access to who you are as an individual. And if they ain't bringing no peace, if they ain't bringing no calm, they ain't bringing no quiet, they ain't bringing no support, they ain't bringing no encouragement, no motivation, no inspiration. All they're doing is sucking the life out of you, baby. It's time to cut the umbilical cord and let them go. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself to live in peace and not pieces. You owe yourself that.
Wow,
So
live
do
in peace
yourself
and
that
not
favor
pieces.
and give yourself what you rightfully deserve. So you be by yourself. So what? So what? What's wrong with that? Are you gonna fight yourself? Are you gonna argue with yourself? No. You may get upset with yourself, for allowing people in your life to cause as much ruckus, but you still have the opportunity this day to make a change. You owe that to yourself. You owe that to
I
yourself.
should
Do
have
not
had
let
this
nobody
done
come into your
already.
life and cause disruption in your life. You owe that to
Can't find a
yourself.
picture.
You owe that to yourself. It's your money you work for. I don't have to loan you no money because it's my money. If I want to help you, I choose to do
Work
it. But
hard
I don't
for.
have to. I'm not obligated to it. You're not my child. So I don't have to do anything for you, family, friends, or even people that you live with. Blessings, chosen ones. You understand what I'm saying? So you owe yourself so much. It is time for you to pay yourself. You're indebted to yourself, and it's time for you to pay yourself. You
Paid
need to
everybody
pay up
but self.
to yourself. And whatever that thing is, I don't know what it is, but you know what it is. And
How
if
do
you
I
know
find
what
a
it is,
picture of
I
her?
suggest you get it done today. Pay yourself. Pay yourself. It's time.
Okay,
Whatever it
hold
is.
on.
I'm doing good, chosen ones. How are you? It's time for you to pay your debt. You've been owing yourself forever and a day. Months, years, decades. You understand what I'm saying? And you need to pay your own debt. You pay your regular bills, pay your debt. You're welcome, Claire. Pay your debt. Pay your debt. Free your heart of unnecessary things and let the blood flow freely. You understand? Free your mind of unnecessary garbage that people have placed in there. You owe yourself that. Free yourself to live in a good, healthy quality of life. You owe yourself that.
My
Put
sister
yourself
don't
in
have
a peaceful
TikTok.
place. You owe yourself that.
Let's see.
So whatever it is somebody said or thought about you in file 13, I call it the trash. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself that to tell yourself you beautiful every day. You owe yourself to tell yourself you amazing every day. You owe yourself that to tell yourself you're awesome every day. You owe yourself to tell it, no matter what it is, how long it takes, I'm going to achieve the things that I put my mind to do. And God told me to do, and I'm going to get it done. You owe yourself
Okay. They
that.
got some
You
of
owe
them
yourself
still
forgiveness.
already
You've
when
been
I
holding on to
Google,
stuff
so
far
maybe
too
I'll
long.
try one of
You
these.
owe yourself forgiveness. You owe yourself the freeness of guilt. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself the freeness of blaming yourself for what others done to you. Yeah, we may take some ownership in some things, but we don't take ownership into everything. You owe yourself, and you need to be intentional in making sure you pay your debts to yourself. Not to nobody else, but to yourself. You owe yourself that. Life is too short, and you forgot to live it somewhere down the line. You owe yourself to live life to the fullest. Because again, tomorrow is not promised. So why not get what you got to
What
get
about
done
this one?
today? It's not promised.
That's
So
nice,
you
isn't
owe
it? Is
yourself
my
so
screen
much.
blurry?
You owe
Hold
yourself
on.
to let that man go that really don't love you. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself to let him go so God can bring you what he got for you. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself to let go how he treated you, how he looked at you as somebody to lay with and not to love. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself yourself. You owe yourself to know that your worth and your value is more than what they say you are not. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself not to take ownership to him telling you, you too ugly, you too fat, you too black, you too light skinned, your nose too big, your eyes too big, your lips too thin, your lips too wide, your breast is too big, your breast is too small, your butt is too big, your butt is too small. You owe yourself to let all that go. Because I constantly say this, God don't make no junk. And when the doctor told your mama that she was pregnant, and when it got to delivery day, the doctor said it's a boy, it's a girl. That was the blessing right there. You understand what I'm saying? So you owe yourself to be the best version of yourself that you was designed to be. You don't owe nothing to nobody else, but you do owe yourself a lot. You owe yourself enough things, and it's time to pay yourself back. Get off your butt. It's time for you to get out that pity. Get off your butt. It's time for you to get out that pity party. It's time for you to let go of that woe is me and live life.
Okay, so I have that
Let
one.
me tell you something. You're not the only one who's been through. You're not. You're not the only one who failed.
That
You're
one.
not. You're not the only one who felt bad for themselves. You're not. You're not the only one who blamed and had guilt. You're not the
Or
only
that
one who's
one.
been scared. We've all been there. But you are the one who can fight your way through some things and pay yourself back. Put yourself on a solid foundation and make that foundation so solid that no matter the winds, the storm, the rain, the
pick
hail,
that
the
one.
sleet, the
I
tornadoes,
wish
the
I had more
hurricanes,
time
you
to
shall
pick.
not be
So
moved
we'll pick this one.
by nothing nobody say
Okay,
or
so
do.
let's get
Everything
started.
that
Oh, I
somebody
need
has
some
said
light.
to you
Light,
that has
light,
been
light.
detrimental to who
Let
you
there be
are,
light.
that made you feel a certain type of way about yourself, that made you feel less than, that made you feel unworthy, that put you in a depression state, that caused anxiety and all that stuff. You owe yourself to let it go. You are not that person. You're not. That man walked away. You should say thank you.
That
Because he
didn't
wasn't
help.
good enough for you in the get-go.
I need a light.
He wasn't the one for you. Let me tell you something. Every time you park your car, even if you go back, yeah, you're a new person. Every time you park your car, even though you may park it in front of the house, know that you would never park it exactly in the same spot. You never park your car exactly in the same spot. It's too much up, it's too much back, but you're never parking in the same spot. So when you release people out your life,
Let me see
don't let
if
them
my
park in the
sister got a
same
lamp
spot.
too.
You understand what I'm saying? You owe yourself that. You owe yourself to be good to you. You owe yourself enough to not allow anybody who mirrors no value in your life penetrate to you with words that make you feel less than what you are. When God made you more than that, He made you so much more than that. So much more. And you have to know that. But let me tell you, you have to affirm yourself every day because we waver. And at times when people say some things to us or about us, let's be honest, we feel some type of way because we are human beings. But we got to know we're not that person. We're not that person. We have scars. We have bruises that people have no clue of what we have, or what we have dealt with, what we have been through. I keep saying this. When you go see the mannequins in the windows, the mannequins are dressed nice. They're covered really good. The clothes are amazing. Got nice shoes on. The hair is good. But take that mannequin out the window. You would see the nicks. You would see the bruises. You would see the scars. You would see the scrapes. You would see the scratches. See, we can dress all this up on the outside.
Okay,
But this
I
ain't
wonder
what's
if
really
this will work.
important. The outside is just minor. The major is what's going on the inside.
That's not
See, the
helping.
car can't run without the engine. And
How
you
are we
can't
gonna do
function
this?
without the inside of you being whole.
No,
And you take care of it. You feed it
no
what you need to
lights.
feed it that's right. That's going to build your mental health, your emotional health, your
Nothing is
spiritual
brightening
health.
it up.
And then it adds to your physical health. Because what we need to understand, when our
Okay, I don't know. I'm sorry.
our
This
emotional,
is how we
our
gotta do
spiritual,
it.
and our mental is out of whack,
Man,
it affects our physical.
man.
All of it ties in together. All of it ties in together. Just as like when you have a sinus effect. If your ears hurt, your head hurt. If your ears hurt, your eyes hurt. It's all tied in together. And this is why we feel so much pain, because we're clogged up with things that people have planted in our lives. We're clogged up with negativity that we have taken on as face value. We're clogged up with what people have done to us. We're clogged up. Our arteries, our heart, our mind is clogged up with things that we have to free ourselves from so our blood can flow freely. And you owe yourself that. You owe yourself to unclog yourself. You owe yourself that. If he walked out, so what? He walked out. If she walked out, so what? She walked out. If people don't like you, so what? They don't like you. They didn't like Jesus.
Yeah.
They talked about God.
Always
So what
saying
makes us
nobody's
any
favorite
less
person.
important that they would talk about us? What makes us any less important that they would not do the things to us? They speared God in the side. They nailed his hand. They ripped his feet. They put a crown of thorns on his head. They did all kinds of things. And he bore that cross by himself. He bore it just for us. But we can't go through nothing. We can't deal with nothing. We can't get through nothing either. They said he was crazy. Exactly. We can't get through nothing. But look what God went through for us. So if he can go through it, what we're going through is minor. Ain't nobody piercing us in our side, even though sometimes the problem we go through feel like we being stuck, for real. Ain't nobody putting nails in our hand, not at all. They're not. They may pierce our heart with the words that they say and the things that they do, but we're not enduring physical pain, really. And sometimes the things that we go through in life is the reflection of what we allow people to plant in our garden. Now, you should choose what you're going to allow people to plant in your yard. Everybody can't plant things in your yard. You can stop what they're planting, and you don't have to grow what they plant. Bottom line, you don't have to grow what they plant. It's your decision. If you're going to allow them to plant negativity in your yard, then guess what you're going to grow up? You're going to grow up negativity. If you're going to allow them to plant doubt in your yard, guess what you're going to grow up? You're going to grow doubt in your yard. If you allow them to plant fear in your yard, guess what you're going to grow? You're going to grow fear in your yard. If you're going to allow them to plant,
Y'all see
I
what
don't
I
believe in
like?
myself, guess what you're going to grow in your yard? You ain't going to never believe in yourself. If you're going to plant trust, I don't trust nobody in your yard, guess what you're going to do? You're going to grow up. You're never going to trust anybody. If you're going to plant, I don't believe in myself, and allow them to plant in your yard, you will never believe in yourself. We
My
open the gate
shadow is in
to
the
too
way
many
now.
people, allow them to plant things that we should not take on. Because
My
once they
shadow's
plant it,
all over the
those
thing.
seeds are deeply rooted. It becomes a habit, and then it becomes a lifestyle. And then before we realize it, we're just doing it without knowing. We become that person without knowing. Somebody has molded us into something that we was not intending to be. And it's time for us to shed that off of our back. We're worth so much more than that. We're worth so much more than that. But you have to know what your worth is. You have to know what your value is. I can sit here and I can talk to you from sunrise to sunset. But if you don't believe it for yourself, my words fall on deaf ears. You understand what I'm saying? It falls on deaf ears. You understand what I'm saying? It said,
This
put
is
not your trust in
awkward
no
because
man, but we do put our
I
trust in
can't get
men.
my shadow. My
We put a lot
shadow
of things
is
in
like
men. Hence
directly
why
over
we
where
end up
you
in the
used to
position
see
we
me
are in. We
drawing.
take on everything somebody else
The
says
light
about us.
source is so dark.
Everything. We live
Oh,
that life.
this is crazy. This isn't
We live
working.
it without even flinching, without even thinking about it. We live when somebody said we're not worthy. We live that. We live with that when somebody said we don't have no value. We live that. So we have the option to not allow anybody to plant those things in our garden. So it won't become a habit. It won't become a habit. And it won't be a way of life that we live in. And it becomes so ingrained in us that we do it subconsciously without even thinking. We just speak negativity all the time. We're in a pity party all the time. We're in woe is me all the time because it has become a habit. Somebody has groomed us to be that person, and we didn't know how to break the cycle, the generational curse. We didn't know how to regroup and recover and restore and regenerate ourselves. And we would not recognize all the warning signs, even though we said we did, but we didn't. It became a part of our makeup. I don't see no good in me. I don't see no greatness in me. I'm not cute. I'm not worthy. I'm not valuable. People have groomed us to be that way, and we believed it. And I'm telling you, owe yourself to dispel all that stuff and discard it. You owe yourself so much more. And if you would learn how to discard it
Can
and
y'all see
release it
this?
and
Y'all
let it
can't
go
even
and
see.
move on with life, do you know
Really?
how happy
I
you
can't
would
even
be?
get this
Do
right.
you know the joy that you would have deep down within your soul? Do you know the strength and the power that you would possess if you learn how to discard some things that you have been wearing, that you have been carrying for years, months, minutes, seconds, hours, weeks, and days? Do you know where you
This
can
is so
be,
annoying.
who you can be? If you know how to let these things go and free yourself, do you realize that? Do you understand the true power that you possess within yourself that you ain't even tapped into? Not even a little bit. You ain't tapped into it. There is so much more that resides in you, and you owe yourself to get it up and get it out of you. You owe yourself to live life at 100+%. You owe yourself to be free. You owe yourself that. You owe yourself that. We ain't talking about nobody else paying your debt. Pay your
Okay,
debt to
maybe that'll
yourself.
work. But I'm in an awkward
Make
angle.
yourself happy. Stop depending on somebody else to make you happy. Because you plus Jesus is all that you need to be happy. You owe yourself to be happy. You plus Jesus, that's all you need. You don't need nobody else to be happy.
Don't need nobody else.
You don't.
I'm just gonna have to show it
Make
to y'all
yourself
every now and
happy.
then. This
Do
ain't
the
working.
things that you need to do for yourself to fulfill you.
I'll get back with
Learn
y'all
how
in a
to
minute.
love you.
Just
Learn
listen
how
at
to
her.
appreciate you. Learn how to value you. Learn how to see your worth in you. And walk with your head held high and your shoulders squared back. And when you hit that room, you ain't got to say a word because the power that you possess is going to walk in the room before you even get in there. And everybody that's in that room, they going to feel it. Even your family gonna feel it. They gonna say you a changed person. It's something about you. I can't put my finger on quite what it is. But you ain't the person that you used to be. You got this confidence that's unexplainable. You got this self-esteem that's unexplainable. You got this strength that's unexplainable. You don't have that fear that's the aroma is coming from you anymore. You don't possess that doubt that is protruding from you
Only way for me
anymore.
to get rid of all of that, what she
You
talking
got
about,
your head on
God
straight.
had to
There's a
remove it.
light that's shining with you that
God
I've never
had to
seen
remove
shining
it.
before.
I
You
couldn't
owe
get through it.
yourself that. You owe yourself that. And no matter what nobody say, and no matter what nobody do, and no matter how they feel about you, and no matter how they think about you, you owe yourself to be the best version of yourself you can be. Hey, lovely, for you. It's time for you to pay your debt to yourself. We're not all the same sizes. We're not all the same skin color. We don't all have the same texture of hair. We don't have the same eyes. We don't have the same nose. We don't have the same lips. But we all got the same God. Understand what I say. We got the same God. He ain't changed. And each one of us has something within us that he has given us. And you need to tap into that thing and find out what it is. Let your light shine. Let it shine bright. And don't be fearful of letting people see your light. I'm telling you, you walk with that confidence, you walk with that power, you walk with that assurance, baby, you'll get to respect it like you ain't never got respect before. Because they'll know, they ain't got to say that to you, they know not to bother you, period. Because you're covered. You're covered by the blood of Jesus. I'm telling you. But you got to free yourself of a whole lot of things. Whatever it is that you got to free yourself from, I suggest tonight be your day. It's time for you to live a better quality of life. Not for your husband, not for your wife, not for your sisters or your brothers, not for your mama, not for your dad, not for your grandmama, your grandfather, not for the people that's your friends, not for your family members. It's time for you to live a better quality of life for yourself. Blessing to you and yours too as well, lovely. You understand what I'm saying? You owe yourself that. You've been sitting in that dark space far too long. You've been depressed far too long.
And ain't nobody gonna
Far
help
too
you.
long.
They
You've
just
been
gonna talk
crying
about
far
you for
too
being
long.
depressed. They're not
You've
gonna
been
help you
allowing
out
people
that
to
space.
mold who you are far too long. It's time to take the reins of your life and mold yourself. It ain't about nobody else. This journey is your journey. That's it and that's all. That's it and that's all. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you need to look at yourself in the mirror with a smile. And you need to tell yourself, I'm not the person I used to be. And I thank God for that. I've grown from some things. I used to allow people to penetrate me with their words and their deeds. But I don't feel that way anymore. I don't have to. And no matter what you say, I love me for me. You don't have to like me. You don't have to love me. You don't have to care for me. But I love me for me. I'm not the same person I used to be. I'm not crying over things I used to cry about. You're not going to break me. You're not going to make me run away. I'm standing flat-footed, standing tall with my head held high. And if anybody going to leave the room, baby, sweetheart, it's going to be you. Because I'm not budging. I am confident in who I am. I am strong in who I am. I am powerful in who I am. And you and nobody else can shake that. So, baby, sweetie, honey, if you can't deal with it, that's your problem and not mine. And that's how you should feel this day and every day. It's their problem and it ain't yours. You see what I'm saying? But we spend a lot of our time worrying about what people feel and think about us. And they don't take care of none of our debts. They don't pay none of our bills. We get sick, they ain't come to see about nobody. So why do we give people the authority to have power in our lives? And I'm going to say this, I use this
My
analogy all the
tablet
time for
about to
those
go
who've been on
dead.
here. You know where I'm finna go, right? Get you an index card. I say this all the time. Write your routing number, your bank account number, and where you bank at. Put it on an abundance of index cards. Just get as many index cards as you can. Find the busiest street and pass out your index cards with your routing number and your bank account number and where you bank at. And then on the card, you can tell them however much money you got in the bank,
Beautiful
you
is
can go to
sleeping
that bank and
already.
deplete your account. Tell them that. They can go to the bank and deplete your account. Would you be happy with that? Knowing that once they deplete the account, you're going to get a bunch of overdraft fees, right? Now you're going to have to figure out how to replenish the account because it's overdraft or you're going to have to close it, one of the two, right? So if we don't want to give away our routing number and our bank account number and where we bank at, why do we give people access to our life account where they can withdraw when they feel like it? They don't deposit anything, but they're good at taking from our life account. They drain our energy, they drain our mind, they drain our hearts, they drain our patience, they drain our forgiveness, they drain our trust, they drain our understanding, they drain our confidence, they drain our compassion, they drain our empathy, and we give them access to our life account to do just that. Instead of saying the account is closed, you no longer have
I just closed
access
my account
to me
just
to
lately.
withdraw from me ever
Yes,
again.
I do. Just
You
closed
see what I'm
it.
saying? You are the controller of
Just
that.
closed.
People can only do to you what you allow them to. They can't take nothing from you unless you're ready to give it away. Not at all. And I've said this over and over again. Nobody can take your husband. Nobody can take your wife. They can't. They punanis is not good enough. They third leg don't work well enough. You understand what I'm saying? People walk away because they want to. It's a free choice. It's free will. And you should never beg nobody to stay in your life that is causing you misery in your life, that's not motivating you, that's not uplifting you, that's not pouring into you. They don't see no value in you. Why would you beg them to stay? What can I do to make it better? What did I do wrong? How can I change it? How can I make you love me? How can I make you like me? How can I make you appreciate me? You can't make them do anything, no matter what you do. You are not the one. Bottom line. And be okay with that. You ain't the one for them, but don't mean you ain't gonna be the one for nobody else. Be okay with that. Thank you for the Father. Be okay with that. Stop begging and pleading. Open the door. It works both ways. It opens and closes. And when they say they don't want to be bothered, open the door and freely let them walk out and close it. You have freed yourself from a migraine. You have freed yourself from a headache. You freed yourself from depression and anxiety. Let them go. Let them go. They're not worthy of your love.
Okay,
They're not worthy of your heart. They're not
guys.
even worthy of your energy.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Let
cut her off for
them
1 second.
go. Let them go. What you holding on to them for? And those that you convince to stay, they stay for all the wrong reasons. And then they make you pay for begging them to stay.
Okay, so sorry guys that this did not work out tonight. Did know that the light was blowed before I tried to start. I didn't have a picture, so it took a minute to find one. This is the beautiful picture I am drawing of to a woman's heart, and on YouTube, reality is. This is the outline, so I'm sure I'll get in some TikToks and YouTubes as I am doing this. All right, guys, go check her out. His your girl Cadillac. Hopefully next time I'm up on my game. All right, but this is reality, girl. All right, his your girl Cadillac.